You've seen the title, you've seen the clip art, all that type of stuff. You know what we're doing. But before we do that, let's go check out some sneakers. Man, it's got to be getting to the point where the dunk hype is done. Like, literally, those new colorways are terrible. One's just like a flip on the MITUS colorway, the other's like, I don't even know. I didn't realise they'd be so bright, that orange. Terrible. Halloween dunk sitting. That eye with a furry swoosh. Not too bad. Air conditioning going crazy. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come down here a lot more because they've just got more stuff. I'll be honest, like, I think we're reaching the point where the dunks don't matter anymore. Which is crazy because this whole episode is a dunk review, but follow me for a second. I'm looking at what's on the wall, right? The Halloween dunks, they're alright. The black material kind of comes off in your hand a bit. Well, they did on the juniors. I didn't actually pick up the men's. I should have checked that, but the green and orange joints, horrible. The yellow and maroon joints, horrible. Beetroot is the better color out of all of them, out of this new recent range, but the quality control is terrible. Those grey highs with the fluffy swoosh weren't bad. I'll be honest, they weren't bad. If I weren't trying to get literally 12 pairs of lost and found Jordan 1s, I might be getting them, but I don't know, there's just so many better options at the moment. If it was a period of time where I hadn't bought nothing in a while and I just had that itch, I might, but yeah, not for me. But let's get on to something that, well, I don't know if they're for me yet. I don't know, they're pretty insane. Alright, I believe I know what these are. I was hoping they'd rock up Friday, they didn't. But we're here now. I'm going to do some things, but you're about to see the unboxing right now. Alright, we've got unboxing here. I'm sitting down because it's still not that great to stand on my two busted ankles. This one I thought would come maybe Friday. Not the case, or I thought it might be Thursday, to be honest. Not the case, but unbox this. There's another one that I thought would come the same day as this, and I've just found out it's just been dispatched from the Netherlands. So this is my very first ever raffle win from Fast Times. So you probably already know what it's going to be, yeah? Especially once you see that box. So it's a Nike SB. It is a collaboration. What's it saying? Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Quick Strike. Any guesses? 180 bucks, which is quite dear for a SB Dunk, especially a low. I don't even think the force joints were 180. But there's a lot of details on these. But then I got charged like 20 bucks something, 20 something dollars postage too, so man. I have to do some B-roll on this stuff because the details, even just opening this up, are insane. But let's continue. We've got a special paper, and then we've got normal paper, and then we've just got probably the most outrageous pair of shoes I've ever even seen in my life, let alone purchased. This is insane. But if you're a skater, like, you know this artwork. Oh, I didn't even realize that's like a fluffy hair on the back there. There's so many different patches. Man, the details on this is nuts. Oh, there is a Nike tick, and then it's just covered with patches. That's probably why they did that little one. They've got like a little swoosh there, because the main one is covered, but we're going to be doing a lot of B-roll for this one, because these Neckface SB Dunk lows. Oh, there's even more patches. That's crazy. Got some more laces. Is it just the patches? Oh no, we've got more laces. Let's set that box down. There's more patches. I don't know if they're different or they look different. They look bigger. Oh, it's different patches on this one and that one. They're two completely different shoes. This is crazy. And on the tongue, it says neck on one and then face on the other. Instead of Nike, it says neck. And then it's still got SB and everything. This is, oh, they've got like a patch glued onto the midsole. I don't know how long that would last, but I've never seen anything done like that. The creative freedom that they've given Neckface to do this. If you don't know, Neckface is an artist who's been associated with the skateboard scene for like years, right? Graphics, graffiti, like just being an all-out menace. I've seen like skate parks where he's just basically painted the whole lot, whether it's been allowed or not, I don't know about that, but his art has been an aesthetic in skateboarding for years. It's crazy. I'm looking, we got spare laces, but they're spare black laces. Some people might go, why is there spare laces when they're black anyway? But if you're a skater, you know that them laces can get torn up. Usually on your left foot if you're regular, on your right foot if you're goofy. Even more details on the tongue. Now when we had the forced ones, they're like the first pair of SB Dunks I've been able to cop in years. These are the second, for retail anyway. They had like, you take the inner sole out and obviously you got the Zoom Air. But it had like a special design on the Zoom Air. I wonder, with all these details, surely there's a special Zoom Air pocket too. I can't get this out. I cannot get this out. I don't know if it's been glued in. No, it hasn't. There we go. I just don't know what I'm doing. Out of practice. No details on the Zoom Air, but I feel like we can forgive him because, like, when you're looking at collabs and everything like that, when you look, especially like with an artist coming on board, you do look at their take on it, what they do differently and everything like that. And this has so many different patches. Like on one shoe, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 patches on that one shoe. I'm counting that as a patch. The patch on the midsole. What about this one? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on that one. Plus you got the bonus patches, which I feel like won't fit on the shoe. You can put on like a bag, a board, a jacket, whatever. But it's insane. Like, they didn't really promote this as a Halloween release. But if you look at all the details, all the patches and everything like that, it's basically a Halloween release. And one of the craziest ones I've ever seen. The GR Halloween Dunk, they were pretty average. I saw them in store and like the material was like crumbling in my hand as I'm like feeling what it is. Whereas these, they're insane. Absolutely insane. I tried everywhere to find like an interview from Neckface to break him down and everything like this. There was nothing, which he's not. I feel like he did a 9 Club interview years ago, but outside of that, I don't think there's too many Neckface interviews as it is. So, man, like I said, like if you're a skater, even if you're a skateboarding fan, which there's my board, worn and everything, Ninja Turtle grip tape, the Santa Cruz collab, the trucks, I've had wear, there's definitely wear on the board, and this is a fairly newish board, purely because I was in a car accident a couple months after buying that. Not even a couple months, maybe a month or so after buying that. Actually, no. A month or a couple months after buying that, we were in lockdown and we couldn't skate. I built like a mini skate park in my backyard, and then like I was in a car accident and couldn't do anything, so not so much skating anymore, even though I do have 2 boards within eyesight that I can see right now. But I digress. These are insane. One of the things that I don't think I've heard anyone mention, right, in regards to the patches, if you have a look, there's a patch on both of them on that panel there. And when you're skating, like I said, depending if you're goofy or regular, you're flicking up with that, and there's a patch there and there, right, on the other one too, that will essentially reinforce that. So what we used to do back in the day to like reinforce our shoes, once we'd worn a nice little hole through it, we'd put shoe goo. Yeah, shoe goo. We'd put like a layer of shoe goo. And you know, skate shoes weren't cheap back then. They'd be like 100, 150 bucks, and our parents would essentially be horrified that we've just destroyed these shoes in one day of skating. So it's interesting seeing the patches and where they are, because I feel like that plays into it, right? It's almost like they're pre-patched from skating. Like if I get, these are what I was skating prior to stopping. They're an Air Jordan 1 low, because at the time I couldn't get any SB dunks when I started skateboarding again, midlife crisis and all that. If you have a look, like majority of the wear is on that side from Flick It Up. Like, we had some B-roll, but there is a hole there. I can put my finger in it. Even the lacing on the rubber, and the rubber has been worn. Like, that's the only wear on this shoe. Even the sole's not too bad. The insole, like, the other one would be perfect.
Oh, damn, pretty good, huh?
Seem better in video games.
Oh!
Let's get back to these. In terms of a collaboration, I think they killed it. I honestly do. The amount of freedom that they gave Neckface to execute this, incredible. In terms of wearability, there's not a lot of wearability to this. Like, you've got to be committed to the story, to Neckface as an artist, or to skateboarding, in my opinion. I'm seeing a lot of people, because of the details and everything, trying to resell this, but not that many people seem interested. So, I don't know. That being said, like, I've seen a bunch of people within the sneaker world that knew nothing about Neckface, and because they were so outrageous, they wanted seen a bit of that. So, I don't think people are going to want to pay resale for them, but they're pretty crazy. They're nuts. Like, a guy I know who's a skater as well, he was like, yo, if you see any raffles, anything, let me know. And I was going to go in for his size because I wasn't sure if I needed them. And I was like, you know, let me... Anytime I'm half-assed thinking about a raffle, I win. Anytime I'm like, I need this. Well, I haven't missed out on too many this year, let's be honest, but... I didn't notice that on first glance, but you see the normal Nike text that's on the back of the SB just there. And then that kind of covers it. That's pretty cool that they let him do that. I don't think everyone gets to do that. You see like these spikes on this, they kind of hang off. I don't know if it's meant to be like that or not, but it's crazy. And that's where the swoosh is meant to be, or is, and they've covered it up. That might be the cheat code for the lost and founds is, I don't want them. I don't need them. I'm only half thinking about winning the raffle. Nobody's buying that, are they? Let's get some B-roll and wrap this up because most of this episode is going to be B-roll. There is so many details on this. So many details. And I'm not sure because there's a bunch of patches, right, that are square in nature, but there's also a bunch of different shaped ones. And there's bits and pieces like a candle there, the snake's tail or whatever, the horn of the devil where it's not completely sewn on. So I don't know if it was meant to be sticking out like that or not. So it could just be an issue with Nike's quality control. But outside of that, I can't see anything too crazy with it. We got there, little blue. Maybe a little thread. The paint on the midsole isn't great. I'm seeing an area there where it looks like it bubbled and they tried to paint over it. I thought I saw a glue stain over here. Yeah, there's a little glue stain there. They've cleaned it up pretty well, so you can't tell. Yeah, there's another one there. You would think when they go for collabs like this, that they'd step it up in terms of quality, but obviously not the case. But it is a crazy shoe, and I'm stoked to add these, honestly. I just don't know when I'm gonna wear them. Like, what's the fit look like this? Am I digging these patches out? Am I, getting a denim on denim look? Am I digging the skateboard out? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let's see some B-roll. In terms of a collab, these knocked it out of the park. These are literally insane. Literally. Like, if you just look at them from a shoe, if you don't know anything about it, they're nuts. If you do know something about it, if you saw the rollout, the commercial they did, they knocked it out of the park in terms of the collab. The promo video, if you haven't seen it, is so crazy. The idea is like they're running from something and him and one of his characters is a puppet, and then out of nowhere it gets formed into like a quarter pipe that's got a devil on it or something, and then a bunch of people skate it. It's nuts. There's so many cameos in it. Like, everything surrounding this was amazing. The only thing I feel like, I wish there was some apparel. I honestly wish they did a bit of apparel with this. They may have. I just may not have seen it yet, so I will take that back if they did do it, but as of right now I haven't seen any. Even the crate paper is a work of art. I'm so glad that Neckface is getting this commercial look. I don't know if he actually makes money on this, because sometimes the collaboration's more about the look, but I'm glad he's getting that recognition. I've obviously known who he was for years through skateboarding, but like, people that know nothing about skateboarding are like, man, that artwork's killer. Like, I'm now up on someone, you know what I mean? I wasn't sure if I would keep these. Like I said, initially I was going in for a mate, and then he managed to get a pair. So I'm like, maybe I get them, maybe I don't. I don't know, maybe I just skate them when I eventually start skateboarding again. But seeing them in hand, it's insane. Like, I saw 100 photos of these before they dropped, but getting them in hand is a complete different thing, because you're kind of looking at them like, there's no way Nike let them do that. They didn't let them cover up the swoosh. They did. They didn't let them cover up the Nike logo on the back. They did. They put another little one sort of there, but it's insane. The best part about it too is I remembered that I'm a 10.5 in SB Dunks, so these won't crush my little toe. Like, these aren't too bad, but they are a little bit, they're a little bit small. I still can't believe this is real, like, honestly. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Are you messing with it? Are you not messing with it? Were you up on Neckface? Were you a skater back in the day? Did you know nothing about this? Do you love this shoe? Do you hate this shoe? Let me know in the comments. This has been another episode of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back twice a week. Peace. Like, these are what I was skating last time I was skating. These are in Air Force. What the hell is the fit gonna look like with these joints, but?